Hello and welcome to the very first video of our U.S. History series here on Cerebri Learning. This week we'll be covering the Louisiana Purchase as well as its effects. It's the year 1803 and America is about to start going westward. The territory west of the United States at the time was controlled by Napoleon's French Empire. It was known as Louisiana. The territory stretched from modern-day Louisiana to Montana, and even into Canada and Alberta and Nantucket. To understand the significance of this sale, it's important to consider the scale of the purchase. It was taken over by the Spanish after the 7 Years' War, sometimes known in the United States as the French and Indian War, but in 1800 it was ceded back to France as part of the secret Third Treaty of San-Ildefonso. Napoleon's arrival as a neighbor was an uneasy prospect for many Americans, including the then President Jefferson. In January of 1803, Thomas Jefferson sent future President James Monroe as an ambassador to France. Now let's go back to France. Napoleon had big aspirations about a large French empire in the Americas, but these hopes were largely slashed after the failure to put down a rebellion of slaves and free black people in the colony of Saint-Domingue, or modern-day Haiti, due to an outbreak of the deadly yellow fever. The most crucial person in the decision to sell Louisiana was the French Minister of Finance François de Marbois, who advised Napoleon to sell the colony. François was fairly familiar with American politics and served as an ambassador there in the 1780s, and had long favored selling Louisiana to them as he saw it as having little value. Finally, in April of that year, Monroe was notified that France was willing to sell, and negotiations were started at the very end of the month. It was announced to the public officially on July 4th of that year, and the purchase treaty was ratified that October by a vote of 24-7. So what was the deal's ultimate impact? Well, most people would say quite a lot. It was the largest expansion of the American frontier ever, and it led the way to the United States becoming an imperialist power. In total, the acquisition was 827,000 square miles, bigger than modern-day Mexico and about as big as Saudi Arabia, which is the 12th biggest country in the world. The amount of living space that was provided can't be overstated. However, it's also important to remember that none of the indigenous Native Americans living there at the time were consulted about the deal, and this large pioneering expansion that followed pushed even more of them off their land and caused many to die. Not only that, but it allowed for the spread of slavery westward, and the conditions to be set for the most deadly conflict in American history, the Civil War. The legacy of the Louisiana Purchase is a complicated one. So what can we learn from it? Well, it shows the power of international diplomacy and America's early start in it. It also shows some of the first appearances of the ideology of manifest destiny that was the primary guide of American interest through the 19th century. Manifest destiny was the doctrine that it was the divine right of the United States to spread from the East Coast to the West Coast. It also shows a snapshot that would be very important to the struggles of many minority groups in America. We here at Cerebri Learning would like to thank you for watching this video. And if you like this, check out some of our other content, like our physics series. The next part of the American History series will be the War of 1812, as well as what caused it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and also be on the lookout for other future series. A special thanks to Thomas Jefferson's Monticello for providing us with this information, as well as all of the other sources we used. Our full bibliography will also be in the description below, and we've included some other useful resources for those of you who would like to learn more. Thank you.